Aloha, everyone. This is the second backyard chat video. Like I said in last night, I was going to do it again tonight. So I'm just waiting for some of y'all to tune in. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Actually, I do know one thing I want to talk about. Um, we'll start off with this one. Some of y'all that's been following the channel know that I put out there a couple posts, one in the community tab on YouTube and one over on the Doing Hawaii Facebook page. Aloha, Linda. And the posts were about name suggestions for the drone. And I got a pretty good response, and I've been going over the names, and going over the names, and going over the names, and trying to figure out the top ones that I like out of all the suggestions. So I want to say mahalo to everybody that made their suggestions. I do appreciate it. And I've been able to narrow it down to 9 names, which I now got to take that down to 3. And once I have it narrowed down to my top 3 out of these 9, I will then post the polls both in the YouTube community page and in the Doing Hawaii Facebook page as well. However, I am going to announce the 9 semifinalists, and there'll be a video coming up shortly about that, and it'll include instructions on how to vote for the top 3 pick, which I will also identify in that video. At least I think I'm going to. So that's the first thing. Next thing, update here. Aloha, Jonathan. We have a new count on the number of cases in the Hawaii state, and we're up to 26. However, though, if the information I have is correct, there's still only 1 on the Big Island, so that's good news. Yes, Jonathan, it is alive and well, and we're actually getting ready to announce the 9 semifinalists for the Name the Drone suggestion contest. And out of 9, I will be picking 3 that y'all as the viewers will get to vote on for the one you like the best. Hello, Stuart. So there'll be a video coming up on that real soon. So yeah, so 26 cases on the Big Island, and the state's starting to take things a little bit more serious. Kauai announced yesterday that they were going to enforce a curfew between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m., which I thought was interesting. So, and I've been doing a lot of reading and things on this stupid virus, trying to get my head wrapped around what it truly means. And what I found very interesting, though, is I was curious as to why soap and water was really the best effective, treatment for killing the virus. which is no big surprise. I mean, soap and water's been good for all kinds of germs. That's one of the reasons why we use it. And but the way it works is really kind of cool. Is the surfactants in the cleaning agents um, basically cause the cell walls of the virus to burst, spilling its guts, therefore making it, harmless, ineffective, kills it basically. And so basically, the interesting thing is the mechanism that does that, with soap and water to the virus is basically the same mechanism that we take advantage of to, remove dirt and stuff like that. It's an ion charge, something. I don't know. I didn't fully quite comprehend it, but that's because I'm not that type of science guy. But I thought it was cool that's basically the way it did it. So that's why washing our hands regularly is important during this whole uh, virus outbreak. So that's basically the update on the cases here and the drone stuff. So far we're good here on the island. Um, Practicing social distancing, things like that. I've been trying to remain at home, um, just I guess to be safe. But I'm kind of a homebody, anyways. I like being here. Plus, I got a lot of work to do anyway, so it all works out, for me, I guess. But for everybody else, that's used to having to go out every day, I mean, at first, I'm sure this is going to be a whole, little bit of, nice to get some rest, but I'm sure people that's already been having to do it, are just going stir crazy. I think if I had to actually stay in the house for a total of 2 weeks, yeah, I'd have a problem with that. Because I do like going outside, going different places, of course. Are you, Linda? Wow. So do y'all like? Has there been any curfews? I mean, how is your area handling it? Yeah, I know here the county mayor is starting to, I guess, look at things a little bit more serious, and they're talking about stopping travel or something like that. I just kind of got a brief, you know, view of the news tonight. I haven't really sit down and watched it yet. So they like so shutting down. What does that actually mean for y'all? Is it just the local businesses, schools, and all that stuff closing? Why would I want to keep away from the news? Just because they like to over dramatize it, there is some facts in there. But just be clear, Thomas, I don't rely on just one source of news. I'm the type of person I like to put all the information together, and common facts tend to surface to the top, and those are, pretty, I don't always call them accurate, but they're more reliable. See, one thing I found with the news, though, if you educate yourself on the topic a little bit, then when they misreport something or exaggerate something or try to over dramatize it, you can see that really obviously. So, but I think that's the key to anything is I'm a big supporter of education, and not just, regurgitated education. I mean, education that teaches people to be critical thinkers. No lockdown in the UK yet, Stuart? Wow. Actually, let me look at something here. I brought my tablet out with me tonight so I could take a look. See, let's see. Well, United Kingdom, currently registering 3,269 cases. Unfortunately, there's been 144 deaths. That's sad. And 65 of the reported cases have recovered. So, and that's one thing I've been looking at in the numbers. In these places that have large infections, we're actually starting to see recovery. However, we're still seeing, of course, death from it too. So, actually, I'm curious from y'all as an individual, what are you, what do you, how do I want to phrase this question? How have you changed your normal routine in response to this virus? Yeah, that's the question. How have you changed your normal routine? Let me know in the chat. I'm kind of curious. I mean, for me, um, I haven't had to change a lot yet, but that's just because of my normal routine, anyways. But I am more conscious when I do go out in public, to convenience stores, gas stations, anywhere that I'm very conscious of what I'm touching. At least that's what I'm trying to be, and and of course I make sure when I get back into the Jeep or whatever, I don't touch my face and things like that. And but I've also, been wiping down steering wheel and gear shifter, things like that in the Jeep as well with, disinfectant wipes. You know, like I said last night, I think the best mentality we should take is become temporary germaphobes. And that'll not only protect us, but it'll protect all the people around us as well. Ah, cool, Jack and Loot. Glad you enjoy the frogs. Yeah, I'm kind of reading back through the comments here a little bit. Those who recover can still pass the virus. I haven't seen anything concrete about that one yet, at least, from what I've seen. That is one of my questions, though. How, people, once people recover, are they still contagious and how that works? Well, Mark, that's your personal choice, but, you need to make sure that you protect other people, if you don't really, want to do anything for yourself. This is Pahoa, actually, Minority Reporter. Yeah, for a social species, it really is difficult for us to limit our social contact with people. I had some friends text me earlier today, asked me if I wanted to come over for dinner, this weekend, and I basically had to say no. Well, I haven't said no exactly, but yeah, I think I made it clear. Not that they, I think they're a contagion risk or anything like that. It's just I just want to kind of wait and see what's going on. I mean, especially here in Hawaii, because we just really kind of got started. I hate to say it that way, but we were at 16 cases last night when I was talking to y'all, and tonight, we're up to 26. So, but again, as far as I know, there's still only one here on the Big Island. Yeah, if you got asthma, you really need to be worried about this one. Because even the regular flu and colds and stuff like that can really trigger asthma. My sister actually is asthmatic. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Mahalo. I'm glad you enjoyed the photos and the video content. Oh, Fern Forest. Okay. Well, I say, if you can go out to places where there aren't people, then there should be, mm, you know, let me put it this way. If I know there's places here that I can go and there's not going to be anybody there because I go there all the time and there's never nobody there, then yeah, I don't think I have a problem going there. I think being in the car is relatively safe, you know, as when it comes to travel. Yeah, actually, I just heard a report that the Florida governor, the governor of Florida, anyways, he actually closed all the beaches because there's a lot of spring breakers and stuff, not heeding the warnings, and they're out there, and that's a little scary. Um, I don't know about that, Jonathan. I mean, it's possible. I mean, with this thing, anything's possible. It all depends on what we do as individuals. To be honest with you, I mean, that's really what this comes down to. In this particular situation, it's about what we do as individuals that will stop this in its tracks. Let's see, California. What are the numbers out of California right now? Okay, I know it's on the list. Oh, there it is. Third from the top. California currently has 958 confirmed cases with 19 deaths and one recovery. New York right now is at the top of the list. They've got 5,637 confirmed cases with 36 deaths, no recoveries. However, Washington, it's got the highest death rate with the lowest number of cases. Case number is 1,376 with 74 deaths and one recovery. That's kind of interesting. Lego Master, I'm not sure why you didn't get notified. Um, that's YouTube. Did you have you actually clicked the bell icon and selected all notifications? Because sometimes when you click the bell icon, it defaults to some notifications. I think in some cases you have to actually go and deliberately tell it all, which I think is silly. Why would I want, some notifications from a channel I'm interested in? I want them all. Yeah, Linda, this does have an effect on the traffic. One county in Florida won't close them until Monday. Uh, Xander, that sucks. I really think things like that should be closed almost immediately. Alberta has 120 cases. Uh, well, then it's a YouTube thing, Lego. Sorry about that. Yeah, Xander. I mean, this is really just beginning for a lot of places, here in America. I mean, we were, one of the, I don't want to say one of the, well, we were close. Well, not one of the last because there's still other countries that haven't seen any cases yet. But, it took a while for it to get here. And it has started to rain, so I got to keep an eye on the camera. So I might have to move it if, if it starts to get wet. Okay, Denise, I don't think any of us have any idea what that means. Yeah, Linda, this is a little surreal. And I think the reason why it seems that way to us is because, our movie entertainment. I mean, there's been so many horror movies and, you know, biological outbreak movies and, apocalyptic movies that, we've seen, viruses spread and take out all the population and stuff like that. So, yeah, it does, I guess, desensitize you to a certain level that, so when it really happens, it's a little difficult to believe. Yeah, Xander, they haven't closed the beach parks completely here either. Um, So, but I remember hearing on the news, at least for Hawaii County, um, that they're actually starting to take a more serious look. And of course, I think the governor announced some travel restrictions and things like that. And I don't know. Like I said, I had early, well, like I said earlier in the stream, I hadn't actually fully watched, the local report and what they're saying they're going to do and when. I just kind of wanted to ignore it a little bit tonight. And of course, what I'm doing, I'm sitting here talking to y'all about it. um, Lego, that's a good question. How long did it take to go from very few subscriptions to 13,000? Actually, I started getting serious about YouTube during the 2018 eruption, which started in May. However, it was about 2 weeks into May that I actually started posting videos. So, from May 2018 to now. However, the channel is older than that. I think I created the channel on October 13th, 2013. I think it was. Yeah, well, I'm looking back at some of the comments here. My report, yeah. Um, a lot of labs put out a lot of papers based on their predictions, but it doesn't always mean they're right. Let's see. Currently, what are the quick totals? Well, we're almost at a quarter million of confirmed cases. Um, 2,000, or excuse me, 247,398, and total confirmed cases of death are 10,175. But we also got to take consideration that these numbers are actually on the lower side of the actual number, because I'm sure there's a lot of cases that have went unreported. Because I did read in some of the statistics that there are people out there that maybe only experiencing mild symptoms, so they don't think they've got it. They think they've just got a regular cold or flu, and without a test, we couldn't know for sure. So they just stay home and try to be safe, and they recover. So I'm sure those numbers of actual cases will go up. But here's interesting. Now the 247,000 plus that are confirmed cases, 86,000 056 cases actually have recovered. So that's good. And according to what I'm looking at here, 171 countries out of a total of 195, monitored actually have cases. So out of 195 countries, 171 are reporting cases. That's interesting. So it's pretty much, well, it's pretty much everywhere now. Aloha, Ingrid. Yeah, I love the frogs too. And we got a nice little rain going as well. Very light. Yeah, so tonight, instead of looking towards the left, I decided to turn the camera to the right, hoping it wouldn't rain. Okay, enough with the numbers. So, here's another question for y'all. For everyone that tries to stay home and, stay out of public areas, as much as possible, what are you doing to entertain yourself at home? I know I'm, working on the computer. I'm of course got the website, doing Hawaii.net, so I'm, playing with some stuff there and been watching a little bit more TV than normal. Aloha, Jan. Well, Lego, the only advice I could really give you is you need to find a niche, a topic, that people are interested in, that you enjoy, making videos about, and just focus on that. If you make good content, uh, people, will subscribe. Oh, that's good, Jen. I'm glad to hear that. you, you like that particular video, Ingrid? It was a good one. Yeah, I decided, during this that I was going to try to do maybe a video every night or every other night or whatever, just to sit, and have a chat with y'all. However, I want to do it in the evening time when everything's quiet for me. Um, but I know for a lot of people, my subscribers back on the mainland, that means they don't get to see it because, if it's, so let's see, what time is it here? It's 9:30 here, so that would mean on the east coast of the mainland, it's what, 3:30 in the morning, something like that, and it would be what, 1:30 or something like that on California. Well, Jonathan, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. Ooh, cooking, Jack. That's a good thing to do. Actually, I'm thinking about cooking manicotti from this. I use a recipe that's like 200 years old, and they are so good. And maybe I'll film that this time. 12:30 in California. That's right. I think well, I obviously added one too many numbers. But yeah, Jonathan, the drone. Um, I said earlier in the video, but I know some of y'all, have come in, recently. I will be releasing a video about the drone here real soon. I have selected 9 semifinalists to the name the drone submission thing, and I've still got to narrow that down to 3. But I want to do a video recognizing the 9 top names that I selected to whittle down to 3, and of course announce which 3 names those will be. And once I do that, I will put up the polls both in the YouTube comment section and, or excuse me, the community section tab. You can find it on my main page. And I will also be putting the same poll over on the Doing Hawaii Facebook page because I know not all everybody does Facebook. Um, but some people prefer that, so I put it in both places, and y'all will get to vote on it. And the one that receives the most votes cumulative, like I'll be taking the each name and adding the two percentages together, and whichever one has the highest number will be the selected name. So that's going to be the next drone stuff. And when the weather starts getting a little bit more predictable, I will be doing some more flyovers. There's a few things in the Lava River that I've noticed in previous flights that I want to go take a look at. I actually discovered something interesting in the last video. So here's a challenge for everyone that wants to do it. In the Figure 8 flyover video, where we take a nice close look of the mouth of Figure 8 and fly over it, there is a clip, and I'm not going to tell anybody, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but there's a clip somewhere in that video that shows something that's not uh, made by the volcano. It was actually put there by people. But that's all I'm going to give you as a clue. And it's in there, and it's not like one frame or anything like that. It actually is visible for a small amount of time, very small amount of time, but it is definitely visible. So let me see if you can find it, and if you do, leave a comment on the video and tell me you found it, and tell me what it is, or at least what you think it is. I know what it is, and so I'll be doing a video on that too at some point. 3:30 p.m. Jan. So this stream time actually works very well for you, then, don't it? Actually, Minority, you make a point there with the oximeter. A lot of the newer phones now, they have the health app that lets you check your heartbeat. They usually also take your or blood oxygen level as well. Yeah, Jack, the manicotti recipe is really good. Um, Even the shells, they're a crepe shell, and I make them straight from scratch as well. I sure hope so, Alexander. I'm tired of the rain. And now it's raining a little bit harder. And let me check the phone. Yeah, there's a little bit of overspray, it feels like. That's okay. It's about time to wrap this up, anyways. My goal is between 30 and 35 minutes for these little chats, unless it gets really, really good. So, if you want to help support the channel, check the links below, and don't forget to go over to the website doinghawaii.net and create a free guest account over there. There's some exclusive content and stuff available for guest members, like, for example, the Figure 8 flyover video that I just recently published was available there to all members, guest level and up, for early access for, I think it was almost a week, 5 days, something like that, 6 days, maybe longer. So it has its benefit, being a member over there. And I guess that'll do it, everybody. I really appreciate y'all, sitting in with me for about half an hour and talking. I kind of enjoy it. And I'm going to actually record the coqui sounds. I talked about that last night, maybe like 10-15 minutes of it, and just put that up. So if anybody wants to just listen to the coquis, on a loop or something in their background to change their environment up and make having to stay at home a little bit, more enjoyable, I think y'all might like that. And I don't have to do that because I get to listen to them every night, of course. But it is kind of fun to play them during the day, because occasionally when I'm listening to a video, that has them in the background, um, some of the coquis, in the yard will hear the calls and they'll actually chirp, once or twice during the day. So it's kind of funny. So, anyways, guys, thank you a lot. I appreciate y'all joining in, and we'll talk again, probably tomorrow night. So until then, as I always say, have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening.